Hey there, today I'm going to teach you how to draw a Minecraft creeper. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the head, and I'm going to work my way down to the body and the legs. So let's start with the top of the head. Now I'm going to play with the perspectives and angles a little bit so it doesn't look so square. So on the top I'm going to do a line across with a slight curve to it. Okay? And from the two corners I'm going to come down at an angle towards the bottom of the head. Okay? And you can see that I'm kind of coming in just a little bit, just to make them look a little bit taller and bigger. Okay? So then from the bottom here, I'm just going to connect those two lines with a straight line across. Okay? So that's the front of the head. Now let's draw on the facial details. So the two big square eyes. So I'm going to start on this side. So if you imagine this in fours, I'm going to put the eye on each of the two corners here. So start with this eye. So I'm going to come down on one side. I'm going to try to draw a perfect square in this one side, just like that. Okay? Now over on this side, I'm going to try to draw a similar sized square. Okay? So making sure that the bottom lines up, and then making sure that the top lines up. Okay? Now if I come down straight, down on the sides, those two lines are, and then I'll connect this bottom just like that. Okay? And then from here, I'm going to go across about halfway in the square here, and on the other side about halfway down the square on this side. On both sides, I'm going to come straight down towards the bottom of this line here. And then I'm going to come across to make sure that I stay within this side of the line, and same with this side, so it's aligned here. I'll come up about halfway on both sides, and I'll connect that line straight across. Okay? Now it doesn't look finished, but I'm going to give the eyes and the face a little bit of detail and some depth. So if you look at the top corners here, I'm going to come in at an angle, at a consistent angle down. Okay, so from the eyes, on the top right corner, I'm going to come straight down. And then I'm going to connect a line across to meet that point, and I'm going to come straight down. Okay, I'm going to come across to meet that point, and then I'll come straight down. Okay, now I'm going to do the same for this area here. So in this corner, I'm coming in that same angle in this corner, and here. So as you can see, I'm touching the top corners, the top right corners. Okay, here and here. Okay, and then from here, I'm just going to draw a line straight across to meet that point, come down to meet that point, and connect that, and come straight down. Okay, and over here, I'm going to come across, and this I'm just going to finish that off. So it kind of gives the impression of depth in the face. All right. Now, before I do the perspective angles on the head, I'm just going to come down and do the neck. So right around here, I'm going to give a little space. And I'll draw a line straight across. Okay, and I'll leave equal space on either side of the head. Okay, and then from here, I'm going to follow this sort of imaginary line in perspective coming down. So again, it's sort of tapering down towards the middle. So here I'm going to come down just like so. And then I'll finish that off with a line at the bottom. Okay? So there's the head, body. Now let's give some perspective to the head. So like I did with the inside of the eyes here, I'm going to come down at an angle on the top corner here. Okay? And I'll do a little bit shorter line here. So it looks like it's sort of tapering out. Now I'll connect that with a straight line. Okay? Now if I imagine a line here with the body coming down in that same angle, I'm going to connect the head just like that. Then here, I'm going to come down in that same angle. Imagine this line coming across and just finishing off in that corner right like that. Okay? Now before I put in the side perspectives on this body, I'm going to have to draw in the legs so that I don't cross into the legs. Okay? So on this side here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a curved angle just above that bottom line. I'm going to do the same here and connect that bottom. Okay? Then here I'm going to draw the joint coming down, and I'll flare it out towards the other side of the foot, and I'll come straight across like that. Okay? Now to add some perspective to this leg, I'm going to come down in a slight angle, not as extreme as this side, just a little bit, and I'll go in the opposite direction here, and I'll connect that line just like so. Okay? And for the toes, I'm just going to draw two squares on either corner in perspective. Okay, so I'm just following that line and the lines on the side, okay? Let's go back to the other leg, and now because this is sort of facing backwards, I'm going to go from the bottom, okay, out. I'll come down in a curved angle, again here, so I'm going to create a similar distance of space here, come straight up, and I'm going to come down, okay? And then with this line, I'm going to imagine the bottom of the foot right about there, okay? Now, let's draw the top of this leg, because it's in perspective again. I'm going to come down a little bit like that, and then towards the body, okay? And then from here, if I imagine the imaginary line coming down like so, and I'll finish that off and connect the bottom just like that, okay? Now, I can go in and finish the rest of the body here, so I'm going to come in with a similar angle and just finish that off just like that. And let's draw the two back legs. I'm just going to tuck them back there. I'm going to draw in a line across this way, kind of straight across the top, then down in an angle similar to this line here. And then this line I'm going to sort of taper in towards the body in the back. And then here, let's just have a little bit of a peek of the back of the foot. Okay? And same on this side, I'm going to draw in a line that kind of comes out like so, straight across the top, just like this. I'll tuck that in the back, and I'll bring that line down, and I'll show back of the heel slightly here, and there we have it. There is the Minecraft creeper. Thanks for watching.